Hi Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising. I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. I am a soul therapist and an intuitive that connects with the angelic energy, and I help the helpers, the light bringers, and the soulpreneurs of this world to live their most magical life. So if that's you, make sure you hit the subscribe button below with the bell so you can get notifications for all the videos that I'm sharing here on this channel. So we are going to dive into your month of May 2020. What do you need to know? What messages do the angels have for you? And how can you best navigate this month? We are going to be taking a peek at your overall theme. We're going to take a peek at challenges and barriers and what it is that you can expect in the way of gifts throughout the month. We're going to dive in because, and the first thing that I want to talk about is just overall what I'm seeing with you guys is there is this deep need right now for you, for all of us really, but this is so highlighted for you guys in this month of a need to really connect on a deeper level with your spirituality. So if you're somebody who maybe has stepped away from your spiritual practices that you know are helpful to you, or you're feeling disconnected from those people that help you to feel more connected to your spirituality, making sure that you're doing things, watching videos like this, things like that, activities that help you to feel connected, that will help to foster that, because there really is such a need for that. There's a need for you to be connecting to your spirituality, and I really feel like for you guys, on a whole new level this month, your guides, your angels, your spirit team, whatever you want to call that, are really trying to connect with you and pass along messages. And they're kind of saying, you know, like, we're here, connect with us. We're here, the ability to connect with the knowledge that exists, the wisdom that exists, that will help to guide you, that will help to show you the way, is available to you. So let's dive in. We're going to take a look at the overarching themes first that you can expect through this month. And the first card that we have here is the Three of Roses, the loving elementals. Okay, so this is really about you being surrounded with elemental energy. Now, elemental energy is things like, you know, fairies, gnomes, that kind of stuff, right? You don't have to believe in this energy. This can be really about, you know, fun, playful, silly energy as well. And this is really saying it's time for you to be a little bit more playful. It's time for you to connect with a little bit of fun. This is going to be important for you. And the elementals, the loving elementals, are really helping to foster this within you. So if you find yourself feeling that want to do more fun things, to connect with your playful side, all of that stuff, do anything that you can to help to foster that for yourself. Now here we have the King of Keys reversed. Okay, so this is interesting to me. This is, you know, you may find yourself, if you are somebody who is in a relationship or exploring a relationship with someone, you may find yourself feeling a little bit disconnected from somebody. You may begin to recognize that this person isn't the right fit for you. Okay, so for some of you, this is really going to be about seeing somebody from another perspective, recognizing that somebody isn't serving you. I also want to highlight this Prince card that I had show up. Okay, so this is somebody who is using their power, you know, in a way that's not for the best, not for the greater good, not for your greater good. Okay, so this doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. This can be somebody who is in a position of power over you. This can be somebody that you work with. Certainly, the King of Keys energy is very much an entrepreneurial energy too. So if you're somebody who's an entrepreneur or has your own business or is starting your own business, be aware of the people who are in your circle, the people that you are trusting. I do feel like there's going to be some kind of like a trust issue or an issue with somebody trying to be controlling, trying to have power over you. And this is really about setting your boundaries and not allowing that to impact you in a negative way for the long term, not allowing that person to have control over you, not allowing that person to achieve whatever it is that they are attempting to achieve. So noticing where you are being controlled, you know, and this can also too be with things, bigger concepts here in this world that we're experiencing right now, such as the fear that is being promoted in the media, you know. So how are you being controlled? How are you being told what to believe? Ask questions. You should have a lot of questions, okay? with things going on right now. So this is about asking questions, being open to different possibilities, being mindful about who or what you're allowing to control you, and allowing yourself to just see things from a different perspective. Be open to different perspectives. Be open to different possibilities. Be open to different ideas, okay? Because that is going to be really helpful for you moving forward. Now, the next card that we have here is the Two of Scrolls reversed, okay? So this is about, it's the Two Worlds card, right? And we have this woman who's sitting inside her home, and then outside of the home is this very spiritual, there's Buddhist flags, there's this very spiritual community outside. And when this is showing up reverse, this is really saying it's time for you to merge the two worlds. It's time for you to stop having your spiritual life be separate from your regular life, or it's time for you to stop compartmentalizing in some way. But a lot of times this is connected with spirituality specifically. So how can you merge these things? How can you just invite spirituality into every aspect of your being, every aspect of your life? Why do you feel like you have to hide part of that, or why you can't be that in every situation that you're in? This is about being genuine. This is about honoring yourself. This is about honoring your spiritual beliefs in every scenario in your life, and being mindful of the circumstances where you're not honoring that, asking yourself why, and maybe making some adjustments to that. Now, the next card that we have here, still under that theme category, is the Parrot card. Okay, so the Parrot card is saying to listen intently to understand. This is about, again, asking questions, listening but asking questions. But also listening to understand people, okay? So when you are interacting with somebody, so often we are interacting, we're having a conversation, and we're listening to have an argument back, or to present our perspective. So we're just kind of filtering out what they are saying to us, what we are receiving from them in order for us to respond. This is not about listening to respond. This is about listening to understand. And there's such great value here in terms of how you communicate if you can listen to understand. So making a genuine effort to do that, making a genuine effort to really hear and receive and honor the information that's coming through. Now, the next category of cards that we have here are the barriers and challenges that you might expect throughout this month. And, it's interesting because we have these two cards right next to each other. We have the Akashic Library, okay, the number 2 card, and the One of Forces, the Akashic Field reversed. And so it's interesting, right? These are both about that Akashic energy. And the Akashic energy is basically the collective information that is available to all of us when we allow ourselves to receive it. It's the information about everything that ever was, everything that is, everything that ever will be. It's that great wisdom, that great knowledge of the universe that we can tap into, that we can tune into. So I would say with both of these showing up, I would learn more about the Akashic Library, about the Akashic Field, about how to maybe make those connections. But really what this is saying is that there is a knowledge, there's a wisdom, there's information that is trying to come through for you. Allow it to come through. Don't fight it. Don't, avoid it. Allow yourself to take some time to just be quiet and allow some messages to come through, because there very much is an energy of you're not allowing all of your messages to come through. Maybe you're busy, or God knows our routines have been very different in the past few months, so maybe you're just thrown off your game a little bit, and you're not in the same routine, and you're not taking that time for yourself, or whatever it is. But how can you take a little bit more time to just be quiet, to be present, to be receiving messages? And sometimes if I'm feeling like I'm not connecting with my messages, I will simply set that intention. I will simply say out loud or in my head, I'm open to receiving the messages that you have available to me. And I might not receive them immediately in that moment, but I may find that the insights will come through into my mind later on that day, or later on that week, or I might just have some new ideas that are coming through. But inviting that wisdom, that knowledge to come through, because this is important for you on your best life path. Then we have the Four of Forces, the Spring card, okay? So again, this is like seeds are being planted here, okay? And I do feel like this is spiritually. So notice the ideas that are coming through your mind right now. Notice what's being planted, because this is going to grow into something really beautiful. So notice the ideas that are coming through. Notice, these bursts of inspiration that you're having, because these are important and you're going to want to take action on those ideas, those bursts of inspiration that are coming through. The next card that we have here is the Alchemist card. Okay, so this is really saying to me, you may have some challenges going on in your life. You may find yourself really struggling with some things, but how can you take those things and create something really beautiful with it, create something important with it, alchemy is about taking one thing and turning it into something magical. How do you take your current circumstances or things that you have going on and turn them into something magical, into something that either helps other people or, takes you to the next level? How do you take whatever's going on and rebuild it into something amazing? Okay, so ask yourself that question and see what answers come with that. The next card that we have here is the Owl card, and the Owl card is all about listening to the messages of the angels. I thought I was going to point out the angel here on this card, but it's another owl. It's a white owl. Listening to the messages of the angels. And so again, this is really saying to me, guides are trying to come through, angels are trying to come through, energy is trying to guide you, whatever you believe, whether it comes from God, whether it comes from your spirit team, that doesn't matter. It's all just energy anyway, right? As long as it's of the light. And so there are messages from your spirit team, from these energies that are of the light, that are trying to guide you, that are trying to show you. Angels are trying to connect with you. They're trying to help you. They're trying to show you the next step. So again, be open to connecting and really taking time to incorporate more spiritual practices into your life this month, whether that's meditation. Meditation is truly one of the best ways, or yoga, or just going for a walk or doing something creative, anything that you feel helps you to feel connected to your spirituality. But this is about allowing those messages to come through for you. Now, the last group of cards that we have here are in the category of the gifts that you might expect. So, in terms of the gifts, the first thing is the One of Roses, the commitment card reversed. Okay, so this can be, and with that King of Keys and that Prince reverse card, you may find yourself, if you've been right on the brink of the ending of a romantic relationship, this can really solidify this. This can even be a period where people are getting, separated, divorced, this can also be just the ending of a relationship. This can be the ending of a contract. So it doesn't have to be the ending of a romantic relationship, but some kind of either a personal connection or a work-related, professional connection that is changing, that is shifting. This might be the end of a contract that sets you free, but I want to point out that this is showing up in the category of the gifts. So what this feels like to me is that there is something that is setting you free, which is really, really powerful. So this will allow for you to continue to foster and build upon the spiritual connection that you're going to be making in this month. I'm really excited for you guys. I think that this is an opening for bigger things to come in terms of your spiritual connection and your spiritual understanding of the world. Now, the next card that we have here is the Seven of Keys reversed, the Ascent. Okay, so the Ascent reversed is really about things might not feel like there's a lot moving forward, there's a lot progressing right now. You might not feel like you have achieved the top of the mountain just yet, okay? But this is really saying this is okay. Allow yourself to trust the process, to enjoy the journey, to enjoy the climb up the mountain, to enjoy the process, to trust in divine timing, because the things that you want to have manifested for you will come in divine timing. The last card, or the next card that we have here, is the Hilarion card, okay? And if you can see this card, we have basically what appears to be ascended masters, spirit guides, angels, all kinds of energies. And again, this is very much that message of you are surrounded with energies that are wanting to connect with you, that are wanting to help show you the way, that are wanting to help guide you. And again, I always like to say that when we're trying to connect with these energies, we want to make sure that we set the intention that we're only connecting with energy that's of the light, because we can connect with, quite frankly, all kinds of energies. So you can say that out loud or in your head, but allow yourself to be open to receiving the messages that are coming through for you that are from energies that are of the light. And the last two cards that we have here is the Teacher card. So you may find yourself experiencing some opportunities for teaching, for sharing wisdom, for sharing knowledge, for communication, for expression, for speaking through this month. If you find that you are receiving those opportunities, I would encourage you to take them. You may feel called to teach, to grow your teaching or your skills in teaching or your experience in teaching in some way. So take those opportunities, take those messages that are coming through in connection with this and flow with it. The very last card that we have here is the Gray Squirrel card. Okay, the Gray Squirrel card is about finding new ways of solving problems. So, you know, just be open, be able to receive the different ideas that are coming through, because I think this is all about looking at the world through a new perspective and allowing that spirituality to guide you and your decisions and your life. So those are your messages for the month of May 2020. I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. If you want to learn more about me or about Clarity, you can check me out at discoveryawakening.com. And if you guys like this video, hit me with a like down below, and I will see you soon with another video. Take care, guys.